Hey guys, so today I'm in a city called Varna in the northeast of Bulgaria, and I'm going to do you a guided tour today and tell you about the things that you can see and do when you're here visiting Varna for a holiday. I'm going to give you recommendations and tell you all the best things that you can do in this city while you're here, so I help you to enjoy your holiday more. So straight ahead you see the Cathedral of the Assumption of the Mother of God, and it's an absolutely fantastic cathedral with the gold onion domed roof. Just look at the roof of the cathedral. The gold onion domes look absolutely amazing. You have the Bulgarian flag in front of it, and I'd say that the cathedral is a must-see when you come here to Varna. You can enter the cathedral for free, and opposite the cathedral you have the Tourist Information Centre. So I always recommend when you visit a new city, the first thing to do is get yourself down to the Tourist Information Centre and ask them what to see and do, and ask them what you can do here cheaply, and ask them how you get discounts here, and ask them what you can do here for free. So you see the white and blue sign just to my right side. That is the Tourist Information Centre of Varna. The staff there speak very good English, so I do recommend it. And they've got all the leaflets telling you about everything and all the things that you can do and see when you're here as well. So you head straight down this road and you get to the city centre, and you get to the main boulevard just further on down there. These are the main city centre streets really of the town. And then if I turn the camera back, if you go straight ahead here and just veer off to the left side, you're going to get to the train station of Varna, and you get to the big boat port as well, the ferry terminal, where you get the boats down to the whitewashed town called Balchik. So they do plenty of boat trips down there to Balchik. Sometimes they do boat trips as well to Nesebar, which is one of the oldest and most beautiful cities in Bulgaria. But I'd recommend you a daily boat trip down to Balchik. Now, if you turn off to the left side up this street here, that's a cheap place to stay. It's not so great up there, but you're not so far from the city centre, and there's some hotels up there for about £50 a night, so that's cheaper than what you get in the city centre of town. You can see the taxi there, just going past. That's a Triumph taxi. I've been recommended that Triumph are the best taxi company to use when you're here in Varna. They're very reliable, they're a known company, and they do very reasonable taxi rides as well around town. I got a taxi ride yesterday with them, for example, and it was about 5 minutes ride, and it cost me 5 lever, which is about £2.30. So as you can see on the straight ahead here in the centre, you can see these signs all over town. And these signs are really useful. It just tells you where to go, where to find tourist information, where to find the cathedral, where to find the museum, and it does help you get around really, for example. I'd recommend you when you're here visiting some museums, because in Varna it's famous. It's got 10 different museums here in Varna. It is famous for having some of the best museums in the whole of Bulgaria. I'd recommend, for example, if you walk straight down this street here, straight down this boulevard, it's called Yanis Boris Street, and you carry on down here, and a bit further on you veer off to the right side, and that's where you can see the History Museum, and that's combined with the Archaeology Museum. So you can get into the History Museum for 10 lever, which is about £5. And it looks fantastic from the outside with all the gardens and the greenery as well. But I also highly recommend you visit the Science Museum. The Science Museum's a bit cheaper. That's 6 lever, which is less than £3 to enter the Science Museum. And I think the most interesting museum, in my opinion, would be the Planetarium Museum, because the Planetarium Museum is even cheaper to get in. It's 5 lever, which is about £2, and it will tell you about all the planets and about space and really interesting stuff. And that's interesting for like adults and for children as well. So yeah, that definitely would be interesting. You've also got the Museum of Contemporary Art here, located downtown in the city centre, close to Sevastopol area. That's also worth a look if you're into contemporary art. As you can see, the streets are very leafy and green. It's a lovely summer city. I mean, they get over 2 million tourists a year coming here to Varna and the surrounding area as well. And the city is full of parks and fountains. You can see the fountains there in the middle of the park. And you can buy artwork by local artists here at the side. Let's have a look and see. I'd love to buy some of these just if I had room in my suitcase. My mum has lovely pictures in her house. She loves pictures. And if she comes here, she'd certainly buy some of these. How much are the pictures, please? I think the lady speaks no English actually, but let's have a look. And they're mostly pictures of the seaside, because this is a big city, the third biggest city in Bulgaria, but it is based by the seaside. It reminds me of Barcelona. For me, this is the twin city of Barcelona. On one of my other tours, I said this is the Barcelona of the east of Europe. And it also reminds me of Odessa in the Ukraine a little bit. There is some Soviet influence here, a little bit like Odessa. And it's a very interesting city for me. It's quite unique compared to what I've seen in most other cities. You've got this big, long pedestrianised street here through the city centre with lovely flowers, all different colours. And in the wintertime, it's totally different because it's covered in snow in the wintertime here. So it's totally different to how it is right now. So now it's about 1:30 in the afternoon, so I'm walking down here and I'm looking at different places to find a daytime menu. When you're in Bulgaria, you should always find the daytime menu. They'll have a board outside, or you can ask the members of staff there in the restaurant, and the daytime menu is like half the price. So they'll have 2 soups, 2 main courses and 2 salads. You pay individually for each one, but you might pay 10 leva, which is £5 for a meal if you get the daytime menu. Whereas at night time, you probably pay double the price. Lovely waterfalls, fountains here with all the seagulls as well, all over town. And you can hear the seagulls in the background actually as well. So if you're looking for a hotel here in Varna, I recommend you use a website called Kayak. And Kayak compares the prices on all the different websites, so you get the best deal, and it can save you an absolute fortune. If you're looking for a cheap place to stay here, you could stay in a place called the Melis Sea Hostel. They have rooms for about £20 a night, but it's a very small room, very clean and nice, but you'll have a very small room, centrally located, right bang in the city centre next to everything, but you'll have a shared bathroom, obviously, and sort of shared toilet areas as well. So just if you're traveling, or if you're a student and you're moving here maybe, lots of international students are moving here to live. It's one of the biggest student cities with 5 universities. Then that might be a good option for you as well. Straight ahead in the centre, you can see the English Teaching Academy there. There's loads of these all over town. People here speak very good English. In Bulgaria, well, pretty much everybody. Somebody told me in Golden Sands that 95% of people in Bulgaria speak English. So it's quite incredible, really. And you always enjoy your holiday more when you go to a place where people speak English. I find that Bulgarian people are very similar to English people, really. We have a similar sense of humour, and English and Bulgarian people seem to get on really well together. There's a lot of Bulgarian people who have lived in England and been to England before. The flights are direct from Varna to Liverpool, my home city, for example. It takes 3 hours 45 minutes with Wizz Air. You can fly to London as well, 2 different airports, London Luton and London Stansted from here as well, direct from Varna with Wizz Air. You can fly to the Czech Republic with Smart Wings. I saw flights coming in from Prague with Smart Wings, and from Ostrava and Brno. You can also fly with Wizz Air, for example, to 8 different cities in Germany. You can fly to Lithuania with Ryanair from here to Vilnius. You can fly to Vienna from here with Ryanair as well. And you can also fly to Holland and to Israel with Wizz Air from here. So when you get to the airport, you can get the bus 409, and the bus 409 takes you directly through here to Varna. And the bus will cost you 2 lever, which is just £1, which is less than £1 actually. It's €1 2 lever. 2.2 lever is £1 currently. And there's lots of currency exchanges here around town as well. So you can see the currency exchange there on the right side, and you can see the rates outside. So the rates here in Varna are much, much better than the rates I was seeing in Golden Sands. I mean, Golden Sands only 15 minutes away, but because it's a tourist resort and everybody in Golden Sands is a tourist, they charge you high commission for everything. And the prices in Golden Sands are probably 1/3 more or 50% more than the prices here in Varna. They're both very, very nice. Golden Sands is also lovely. It's got a lovely promenade and it's a lovely seaside resort. And Varna here is lovely because this is a city with a beach and it's just full of entertainment here as well. So here's the Musala hostel. You can stay there for 70 lever a night, which is about £33. You can get a room in there, and they've got a bar and a terrace outside as well. And if you go straight down this street, you've got another one called the Art Hotel. That's 80 lever a night, which is just less than £40 a night there. So there's different options available. And it's very hot today and humid. Honestly, I think it's about 33, 34 degrees. I can feel the city heat here actually. I'd say I do like it hot and sunny, but I reckon the best time here would be May, June or September, because you don't get the humidity here. And in the summer, it's super hot. So most of these ones I went to, it's about 3 lever, which is about £1.50 for a coffee in the majority of them, up and down this street, this main Yanis Boris Boulevard here. And for a beer in most of the pubs I went to, it was 5 lever, which is about £2.30 for a pint of beer. So it's very reasonable, because in Liverpool you pay about £3.50 for a pint of beer. And in Krakow in Poland, it's about 15 zloty, so it's about £3, €3.50 for a pint of beer where I live in Krakow in Poland. I always like to compare the prices. So I've got many subscribers on the channel, and I've got some subscribers that are backpackers. Some people are students as well. Some people go on regular holidays like I do and travel a lot, and it's always interesting to know what it will cost you when you get here. So a meal in a restaurant here typically costs you about 15 lever. For example, I had mackerel fish today. That cost me 15 lever for mackerel fish with potatoes. It was 350 grams of mackerel. The trout on the grill, that was the same price. That was 15 lever. At the Alba restaurant, which is just to the right side here, you just turn right where you see the gentleman there, and you see the graffiti in the background. And actually I tried some shark today as well, and that was 14 lever, which is £6.50. And I had shark on a skewer. I believe it was about 300 grams of shark in that restaurant just straight ahead. So you just find the graffiti there, you see the sign up there as well. And they had tarama salata for 8.4 lever, which is £4 in the Alba restaurant just there as well. So as you walk around, you can find all the chains that you find at home. Like, you know, on the left side here, you've got your Costa Coffee. You've got Costa Coffee here, in case you miss it. You've got Starbucks here, you've got McDonald's here. If you lived here, you feel at home because it's a big international city. You've got restaurants here from all the different countries. You've got restaurants here from, for example, you've got you can eat food from all the different countries, like Italian restaurants. You've got Georgian. You've got restaurants from China, from India, wherever you want. You've got all the international food here. So the Bulgarian language is Cyrillic, so you're going to find it difficult to understand the words. I suggest you download the Translate application on your mobile phone. And with the Translate application, when you see the boards outside the restaurants, automatically it translates that to English. And it does a very good job on the Translate application. And then you can see what's on offer on the daytime menu. and you can compare, and you'll get yourself some bargains with that as well. And when you go shopping here to the markets and you see the stalls selling all the clothes and everything else, make sure you do negotiate when you're here as well. Most things are negotiable here in Bulgaria. For example, if you're getting a taxi in the street, very often you can negotiate. I was going to Golden Sands, for example. The taxi drivers asked me for 40 leva, and I've offered him 20 leva, and we met in the middle at 25 leva. So this is how the negotiation works for taxis here. In terms of buses, buses are very, very good, very reliable and very regular. Buses come every 10 minutes. It's the 409 bus that takes you to Golden Sands one way, and the big resort Golden Sands is worth a visit. That's a big tourist holiday resort. And then going the opposite direction, you've got Varna Airport, and that bus will take you straight to Varna Airport. And most of the buses are air conditioned as well, and the conductor on the bus speaks English, so it's normally a lady. I don't know why, but it's normally a lady on the bus, and she will help you, and she'll give you all, she'll help you to operate the machine to buy your ticket as well. Sometimes you can just give her the money and she'll do it for you, but sometimes she's just going to use the machine as well on that. Obviously, when you're on the bus, be careful with your things. Watch your bags and everything for pickpockets and that type of thing. Because the other day when I got on at Golden Sands, I saw a really shifty fellow trying to bump into me when I was getting onto the bus and everything, and I had all my bags. And it's normally okay, but just watch out for just petty pickpockets really in Golden Sands when you're coming through from Golden Sands through to Varna. In terms of restaurants here, there's so many different restaurants, and the prices are totally different in all the restaurants here. So what you must do is ask for the menu and have a look on the menu before you order any food or drinks, and then you know what price you're paying. I mean, rather than just sort of going in somewhere and ordering your food, always ask for a menu, look at the menu, see if you're happy with the prices, and then you can order. And you can see here in this part of town, it's a really lovely part of town, and it's really, really busy everywhere. It's peak season. Hey mate, hey. How much is the beer in this pub? Oh, Deutsch. Okay, have a nice holiday. Bye-bye. Bye. And the majority of tourists here are actually from Germany. There's lots of tourists here from Romania. I've met tourists here from Ukraine, from Russia, from so many different countries. There's quite a lot of British people actually living, actually British tourists coming out here as well, because the flights are direct. So there's people here from a lot of different countries, and from all the Eastern European countries as well. The tourists come here. They've always come here. This officially opened as a tourist resort in 1921. That's what the lady told me in tourist information. So it started off with tourists coming here from all the countries in the east of Europe, like from all the communist countries back then, like Russia, Ukraine, Romania, Czech Republic, and it just grew and grew, and now it's all the Western European countries. All the tourists are coming from Western Europe here as well, so they get loads and loads and loads of tourists here in this town. But a lot of people are living here just because they go to university or they work here as well. It's not just a tourist town like Golden Sands is. In terms of a good hotel here, I think you're going to pay about £80 a night, £90 a night for a decent hotel in a very good location in the city centre of town. If you go slightly outside of the city centre, just maybe 5 minutes taxi ride away, you can get a hotel for about £50 a night probably here. And as you walk around town, you just see all of this stunning architecture, some absolutely stunning buildings here as well. Here's another lovely terrace. Plenty of places to sit and just watch the people go by. I love to just take a coffee, watch the people go by for a few hours. It's lovely people watching the city. Now, Bulgarian people speak a number of languages. They also speak Russian too, because they do that at school. So you won't have any language problems when you come here anyway. And there's plenty of places to change your money. There's a Western Union sign on the right side there, the yellow and black sign. You have these currency exchanges just absolutely everywhere. The thing to bring with you when you come to Bulgaria is sun cream, because sun cream is very, very expensive in Bulgaria. It's about 20 leva. Some sun creams with different names, like known names, are about 30 leva. So sun cream is really expensive here. And so basically for a sun cream, you're paying more than £10, where back in England, you can buy a sun cream for like £3 or £2.50 or something. In terms of the real names and the real designer clothes, you can get them cheaper in England, but you can get the copies here, and the copies are very good quality and they just look the same as the real ones. You do have to negotiate when you're buying copies. So yesterday I went to Uptown Varna, where you go inland and you just go right up, and I found a market area, and she was selling various t-shirts, like the Hugo Boss t-shirts, sleeveless t-shirts, Hugo Boss. I walked into the shop, she asked me for 75 leather, which is like £35 for a t-shirt. It was an absolute scam, an absolute rip-off, so you watch out for this, guys. You have to negotiate when you go to those shops. They might give you a high price that's too high. Just walk out the shop, walk to another shop. For example, I walked to one shop yesterday, I saw a Lacoste polo t-shirt. She asked me for 35 leather, which was like £17. And I negotiated with her and I paid 25 leather. So I got myself a £5 discount on that. So that was okay. So I paid £12 for a polo t-shirt that's a copy. Remember, they're not real ones, they're copies. The lady in the shop, she said, they're real, look at the labels, but they're not, they're copies. You get the designer caps here and belts and bags, but they're all copies. So remember, you shouldn't pay too much for them because they are copies and they don't last as long as the real ones. Although they are good quality and I do recommend buying them. They are good, but they don't last as long as the real ones. So you have to pay a lower price for them. So you see streets like this where it's just absolutely stunning. And then you go down another street, like a side street, and then you just get open bins and you get some construction work. And it can be a bit scruffy down some of the side streets. I just stay straight down this street and you turn right down there, and that's where I stay. So it's a very, very good location. And this restaurant here on the right side does a daytime menu as well. And you can get a good offer there. It's about 10 leather to take lunch. They've got chicken, pork and beef. The menu outside. Oh, they've scribbled the menu out now, so lunch is just finished. And then straight ahead in the center, you've got the happy bar there, where you can see the red sign. They've got two of them. They've got another one on the port front. So to get to the port, you turn right, go to the end, and you turn right again, and you carry on for about 10 minutes. And then if you want to get the bus to Golden Sands from here, go straight ahead down this street, carry on, and you'll see a bus stop there on the right side of the road. And the one on the right side of the road, that takes you through to Golden Sands. And if you cross the road, the one on the left side, that's the one where you get the bus through to the airport, the 409. And there's some other buses as well, so do ask a local when you're here. Locals are very friendly and they'll give you all advice and information as well. And guys, if you subscribe to my channel, you'll see that I've got lots of other tours from Bulgaria, from cities like Nessebar, Sveti Vlas, Sunny Beach, from all the best cities in Bulgaria and all the best cities in Europe for tourists and everything. So please subscribe, guys, at Travel with Col, and that's Col with a C-O-L. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.